Good morning. How are you today?
We're fine, Mary.
Wow. I'm happy to hear that you are fine. This time before we are going to start our class, let us review our health standard protocol. So first, always remember that you wear your face mask at all times. Next, maintain social distancing. Avoid touching eyes, nose, or mouth. And then the last one, wash your hands at all times. Okay? Always remember this for your safety. Especially now we are facing the pandemic due to this COVID-19. Okay, today we are going to start our class, but then may I request everybody to stand for our morning exercise. Okay, children, we have here a video. You are going to follow the action in the video. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay, now let's start. Okay, everybody have a seat. Okay, what is your feeling? Energetic. So, if that, I know you are now ready for our first activity. Our first activity is you are going to identify waste. So, if it is biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Take a look for our set of picture. Okay, we have picture A and picture B. Which among this is biodegradable waste? Anybody?
Teacher,
Jane?
letter A, teacher.
Okay, letter A. Why?
Because they can be used or they can turn into fertilizer.
Okay, correct. How about non-biodegradable?
Teacher,
Princess?
letter B, teacher.
Why?
Because plastic, teacher, it cannot be decomposed, teacher.
Ay, very good. Now, I'm very happy to know that you really understand our lesson yesterday. So, this morning, we will have our new lesson. So, based on the picture, look at the picture, what can you say about our picture then?
Teacher,
The children are
Shirley?
the child is sweeping the floor, and the other one gathers the garbages.
Okay, correct. What else? Are there any observation about our picture?
Teacher,
Rona?
they are helping each other to clean the environment.
Okay, correct.
There are 3 trash can pictures.
Okay, very good. So based on your answer and based on our picture here, what do you think it is our lesson for today?
teacher,
SJ?
I think teacher, our lesson for today is all about saving the environment, which is non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste management, teacher.
Mhm. Let us see later if it is really our lesson for today. Let us see. But before that, we have here our objectives. Anybody could read our objective number 1? Shirley?
Number 1 objective, practices proper waste management at home, in school, and in the community.
Okay. For objective number 2, kindly read, Princess.
Advocate environmental protection through proper waste management.
Okay, that is our objective for our lesson for today. But before we will continue our lesson, we have here words for us to unlock. Okay, first word, inception. I will use this in the sentence, you listen, and then you give me what is the meaning of the word. Okay, this is our sentence. Marker 5 Central Elementary School, from its inception in 1940s, they are now many graduates who became professionals. What do you mean by the word inception? Anybody? Okay, Jane?
Inception means from the start or starting point of something.
Okay, very good. So I will write here on the board your answer so that later on we can see what is the meaning of the word. Okay? Okay, when we say inception, which means from the start of something or starting point of something. Okay, for our second word, we have incinerator. I will read the sentence. Maria put the waste in an incinerator until it became ash. What do you mean by the word incinerator? Janice?
Apparatus for burning, ma'am.
Okay, correct. So, let me write that on the board. An apparatus used for burning. Okay. For our next word, process of salvaging. Okay, I will read the sentence. Okay, this is our sentence. Waste products undergone process of salvaging to minimize the problem of waste disposal. What do you mean by the word salvaging? Anybody? Rona?
Process of salvaging is to use or rescue something.
Okay, so let me write that on the board. We have process of salvaging. Okay, it is using. Say it again, Rona.
To reuse
Okay,
or
using.
rescue.
Right. Okay. Let me erase this one. Okay, we have there to reuse
Or rescue.
or rescue. Okay, we have there or rescue the materials. Okay, for our fourth word, the word is advocate. We have here our sentence. Let me read it to you. Barangay Captain Danilo S. Team advocates the Clean and Green program of LGU Coronadal. What do you mean by the word advocates? Shirley?
Advocates mean a persons who support the programs, policies, publicly.
Okay, that's right. So, when we say advocates,
Person.
okay, it refers to the person or group of persons that, okay, supports
The program.
the program publicly. Can you read there?
Yes,
Okay. This time, we are going to read the words here and their meaning. Okay, everybody.
Inception. From the start of something. Incinerator. An apparatus used for burning. Process of salvaging. To reuse or rescue the materials. Advocates. Person that supports the program publicly.
Okay, that is our words. Unfamiliar words. This time, before looking at our video clips, we have here guide questions. These guide questions will help you to understand better what is the content of our video clips. And then, this is also the basis for our discussion later. So, for our guide question number 1, who could read? SJ?
What is proper waste management?
Okay, thank you. For our guide question number 2, who could read that one? Janice?
What are the activities involving proper waste management?
Okay, and then for our number 3, Jane?
What can we do to make our community clean and green?
Okay, that is our guide question. This time, we are going to view our video clips all about proper waste management. Okay, you may take notes some important details about our video clips.
People use more and more convenient products because these can be easily disposed and replaced. This throwaway concept makes communities struggle with waste management problems. Everyone in the community is capable of making an impact on the solid waste problem through public awareness and action. Let us go and discover more about proper waste management. Proper waste management includes the activities and actions required to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal. Number 1 example is waste reduction. It can be done through reusing or finding other uses for objects. For example, instead of throwing your old clothes, give it to the less fortunate or you can donate it. Garage sales are an opportunity to sell your unused or still functional items. Who knows? Your trash might be someone else's treasure. Unsold items can be donated to charity. Next is waste storage. Waste storage refers to storage of our waste or trashes. These should have a tight fit and proper label so that it would be easy to sort biodegradable waste from non-biodegradable waste. Proper waste storage facilitates sanitary and efficient handling, collection, and transport at the least cost. Proper waste management can also be done by composting. This process recycles various organic materials, otherwise regarded as waste products. A good compost is rich in plant nutrients and beneficial organisms. Composting is encouraged in both urban and rural areas. It can be done in households with small yards or led by local governments that have large lots. can also be used as organic fertilizer. The process of salvaging raw materials from discarded products and using them to create new products is called recycling. It diverts materials from landfills and incinerators by remanufacturing them into other items. Plastic bottles or jars can be made into these. You can also create something fancy using these straws. You see, you can create new and more functional items by recycling. Unfortunately, there is still so much work to be done, and we are still far from success when it comes to waste management. As the member of the community, we should take the initiative to practice it at home, in school, and in your town or city to help make our community clean, green, and more sustainable.
Okay, that is our video clip. This time, we are going to discuss the content or the message of our video clip by answering our guide questions. Okay, for question number 1, what is proper waste management? Take a look on your notes. What do you mean by proper waste management? SJ?
Proper waste management is the way of segregating proper waste disposal through different types of storages.
Okay. So let us see, based on the video, proper waste management is defined as proper waste management includes activities or action to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal. So we have there the word inception, meaning
From the start of something.
something. Okay. For our second question, what are the activities involving proper waste management? What is your answer here? Rona?
One example, ma'am, is waste reduction.
Okay, correct. How about the others? What are other activities aside from waste reduction? Jane?
We have composting.
Okay.
Recycling.
Recycling. What else?
And the waste storage.
Okay, let us see. We have waste reduction. Then the other one is waste storage. And then recycling. And then the fourth one is composting. So we are going to discuss what is these activities. Okay, let us start with waste reduction. Based on our video clip, what do we mean by waste reduction? Or in your own word, based on the video that you have seen earlier.
Based on the videos earlier, teacher, waste reduction is if you have something that you are not using, you can give it to someone like charities or your neighbors who needs it most.
Okay, very good. That's it. If this is not, looking at the video, the statement there is, if you don't need that, sure that others will need it. It's all about the treasure. This is not, your waste is someone's treasure. Okay, that is waste reduction. So, we can gain from this process or activity. Meaning, you gain money, no? Through selling the old clothes, or we have there the
Like
garage
sales.
sales. Yes, you have there. The next one is waste storage. What do you mean by waste storage? Anybody? Okay, SJ?
Storing or continuing.
Waste storage is your activity of storing your waste. If on what will you do to the Biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials.
Okay. Let me rephrase that, no? Waste storage is the process of storing your garbage. You may segregate this on biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Very good, SJ. And then, the next one, we have recycling. What do you mean by the word recycling? Princess?
Teacher, it's using the garbage to form another material or to form another thing, teacher.
Okay. From waste into new material. That is recycling. Very good for that, Princess. Then we have composting. Okay, Jane?
Composting is making our garbages as organic fertilizer for our plants.
Okay, very well said. That is composting. So, let's move on for our third question. What can we do to make our community clean and green? Anybody? Yes?
We need to practice the waste management, teacher.
Okay, correct. We are going to practice proper waste
Waste
management. How are we going to practice?
To start with our home. Next is to the school and community, teacher.
Yeah. I still remember that our barangay have this clean and green advocacy. Huh? Wherein?
Plant vegetables.
Yes, correct, Shirley. We are going to plant vegetables for our family. Then we can gain, or we have the source of additional income if we are going to sell the vegetables from our garden. Okay, next. This time, we will be having a group activity. I will group you into 2 groups. Okay, this one will be group 1. This, from SJ to Shirley, will be group 2. What are you going to do? Okay, determine if the given situation is practicing waste reduction, waste storage, composting, or recycling. So I will give you the materials. Okay, we have here the materials. For group 1, can you hold? This is for group 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, what are you going to do is to paste here the situation that practice recycling. If the situation shows waste storage, you are going to paste the situation here. And then for composting here, and then for the waste reduction, you are going to paste here. And then after you paste the situation in our construction paper, you arrange that on your Manila paper. Okay? We have here your situation. And then you have here your situation. Okay, I will give you 2 minutes to do the activity. Okay? Hindi ka magamit.
Okay na. May kami ma'am. Excuse ma'am.
Okay. 1 minute more.
I will start pero yung mic.
Okay. Okay, time is up. Kindly paste your work. And then let one of your member present your work. Okay.
first. And
Ang mauna dikit lang.
Okay, the first group to report is Group 1. Okay, settle. Okay. Can you start?
Okay, ma'am and classmate, this is our work. Waste reduction for us. Castro family donated old but usable clothes to the flood victims in their barangay. Waste storage. Marco builds a material recovery facility for the storage areas for their non-biodegradable wastes. And for composting, Mount Hanor dump leaves, twigs, and other yard wastes in their backyard until it decomposed, then used it as fertilizer in his plants. And for recycling, Josie made a lantern from plastic bottles and straws.
Okay. Let us give a very good clap. Everybody go.
Very good, very good, very good.
Okay. For Group 2.
Good morning, everyone. This is the work of Group 2. So we have here number 1 is what we call waste reduction, which is Castro's family donated old but usable clothes to the flood victims in their barangay. Waste storage. Marco builds a material recovery facility for the storage areas for their non-biodegradable waste. Composting. Mantanor dumped leaves, twigs, and other yard waste in their backyard until it decomposed. Then he used it as fertilizer in his plants. And for the last, we have recycling. Jose made a lantern from plastic bottles and straws. Thank you.
Okay. For the Group 2, we will give fireworks clap. Everybody? Okay. This time, we are going to check who among the group got the perfect score. Okay, let's start with Group 1. Waste reduction. Castro family donated all but usable clothes to the flood victims in their barangay. Okay, is this correct?
Yes.
For Group 1 and Group 2, we have there also the same answer.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have there correct.
Yay!
Let's start here for waste storage. Marco builds a material recovery facility for the storage areas for their non-biodegradable waste. Is this
Same.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, correct. How about for Group 1?
Same.
Same? Okay, correct. For composting, Mount Canor dumped leaves, twigs, and other yards waste in their backyard until it decomposed. Then he used it as fertilizer in his plant. Is this situation practice composting?
Yes.
Okay, correct. How about for Group 1?
Yay.
Okay, same. Still correct. Okay, for our recycling, Josie made a lantern from plastic bottles and straws. Is the situation shows the practice of recycling?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have for the the same. So we have
4.
more. Okay, you got star here. I will write it here. Okay, I will draw a star. And then still we have for number 1, Group 1, you receive also a star. This time we're going to have barangay clap for all of us. Okay, barangay clap. Okay, that's it. This time we have our activity. this activity, we are going to determine who among the children manage their waste properly. Okay. Here is our first picture. The situation here is, kindly read, Shirley.
Jessica does not consider recycling used bottle.
Okay. Is the child manage her waste properly?
No, teacher.
No. No.
She
She
did
did not. Why?
Because Jessica not considering the bottle to the proper place.
Okay. Instead of throwing to the trash bin, she may use it again. Or
She did not recycle.
yes, she does not recycle. Is she advocates for environmental protection?
No, teacher.
No. Why? Princess?
Teacher, because she is throwing the bottle instead of having it into something new material, recycling it into nice one or a flower.
Okay, very good. Next for our second picture. So, you have there, Rona, can you read?
Boyan keeps his old tires for his plants.
Okay. Is the child manage his waste properly?
Yes.
Yes,
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yes, he did. Why? Princess?
Teacher, he used the tire to become the path for his plants.
Okay. These tires serve as protection for his plants. Do you think he is advocating for environmental protection?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, yes. Why do you say so? Miss J?
Because instead of burning or throwing the used tire around, he manages to make it as a plant protector.
Okay, correct. Because burning the tires may give air pollution. Okay, that will harm our atmosphere, ourselves, and the environment. So for our third picture, we have there. Okay, everybody, can they read?
Nathan takes an old books and uses them as wrappers for his seed.
Okay, is the child manage his waste properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Why?
Because
Jane?
Because the child there, teacher in the picture, make use of the waste, recycled it, used as wrapper for his gift rather than throwing it.
Okay, very good. Is he advocates for environmental protection?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, we have there. This time, okay, I will ask you question. Do you practice proper waste management at home?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, for that, you give 5 claps for yourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's nice. How do you practice proper waste management at home?
Teacher,
Yes, Jane?
teacher, we have 2 garbage bin at home for waste that can be used as fertilizer if it will be decomposed, and we have also a plastic bin for plastics and reusable material.
Okay, very good, Jane. Meaning, the family of Jane practicing proper waste segregation. No? They are segregating their waste into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. What else? How about others?
We use dried leaves, teacher, as a fertilizer.
Okay. Instead of burning, you are going to place these dry leaves in near the plants. For example, you have your avocado plants or your rambutan. So the leaves you are going to gather the leaves around the trees. Okay. This time, we will have our group activity regarding on how you practice proper waste management at home. What you are going to do here, the same groupings. Now, make a comical skit. When we say comical skit, okay, you are going to portray a short drama about proper waste management you practice either at home, in school, or at the community. Then after 3 minutes, you will present it to the class. Okay? But before that, we have here rubrics for scoring so that you have your guide for your score. 10 points, you perform well and presented clearly how to manage your waste. And then you will get 8 points if you perform well but not clearly presented how to manage your waste. And then 6 points, the performance was not organized but clearly presented the proper waste management. And then 4 points, the performance was not organized and the presentation on proper waste management is not clear. Okay? We have our activity. This is what you are going to do. So, any question? Okay, if none, your 3 minutes starts now. You may use the resources inside our classroom. Okay, time is up. So everybody, prepare yourself. Group 2, prepare yourself for our presentation. So kindly move the chair so that we have here space for our presentation.
Tapos masiling tayo. Masiling po, mas nga.
Okay. That's enough. Okay, for our first presentation. Okay. Group 2 will present first, followed by Group 1. Okay, Group 2. Group 2. Always wear your face mask properly. Okay, we have here. Okay, ready? Group 2, action! Okay. Let us give barangay claps for Group 2. Everybody. Okay. Thank you, Group 2. Now, let's proceed for our Group 1. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Group 1. Action!
Ay, naku. Nakapagod naman. Ng mga batang ito, hindi
nagawa tayo ng pillow, tsaka lalagyan ng mga bubble, tsaka base. Okay. Nanay! Asan na po kayo, nanay? Nanay, may nagawa kami na.
Ay,
Basura, nanay. Nakagawa
Oh,
ko
ganda
kami ng
naman.
base.
Saan ito galing mga anak?
Sa basura.
Ay, pwede pa lang magamit yun mga anak.
Opo, ito po.
Oh, gagawin natin itong...
Base po, ito
Base
po.
ito?
Lalagyan mo ng...
yung tela, pwede pa lang gawing unan.
Opo, nanay.
Galing-galing na lang ng mga anak ko.
Okay. Mosquito Club for Group 1. Okay. Thank you very much. Can you arrange our chairs?
Oy, kami na balitaan nga play. Pwede gili props mo.
Okay. Group 1, can you arrange your chairs?
Ako na rin.
Yung mga ulo na dala.
Okay. How do you feel performing here in front?
We enjoy.
Good teacher. Wow, I'm happy to hear that. So you deserve 10 claps for yourselves. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This time, we are going to determine your points. Okay. From your ends, what do you think is your points? 10 points, 8 points, 6 points, or 4 points? For group 2.
If we wish to see the picture, we want 10.
Okay, 10.
But
Okay.
us also teacher.
Then,
Group 1, what do you think is the score of group 2?
10.
10
Then teacher.
Okay, for me, group 2 also got 10.
Yes.
Why? Because they perform well. They perform comical skit. Okay? And the presentation on the proper waste management is also very clear. Okay. 10 points for group 2. How about for group 1? Group 1, kindly give the score for your group.
10. Also 10 points.
Okay, 10. How about group 2 for group 1?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
10. For me, group 1 also, got 10 points. Okay. Why? Because they have their Filipino drama showing the proper way of managing their waste. Now, even though the mother is not aware of how to manage the waste, to segregate the waste, but because of the children, the mother will now know that this waste can be recycled and have a new product, usable product. From waste into reusable materials. Okay, very good. So that you learn from the mother learns from the children. Okay, let us give another 10 claps for ourselves. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this time to award your effort, your everything, I will give you a set of health kits. Each group will receive a box of health kit. Okay, may I call in group 1 to get your health kit?
Thank you, ma'am.
Later on, you are going to share it with your group mates. After our class, you divide it. Okay? For the group 2, may I call in our SJ, our leader, to claim the health kit?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, this time, you keep it. Then later on, you are going to share it with your group mates.
Yes.
Okay. Based on your presentation, do you advocate environmental protection by practicing proper waste management?
Yes,
Yes. How? Or in what way you say that you are advocating proper waste management?
From now on, teacher, I will recycle and make use of the organic fertilizers waste, teacher.
Okay, by doing that, you are protecting our environment. Very good. What else?
Teacher, my old clothes will go to the flood victims and street children, teacher.
Okay, very well said. Instead of throwing it, there are people who needs your clothes. Okay. Next, we have here question. Why do we need to practice proper waste management at home, in school, and in the community? Why do we need to practice this?
One thing, teacher, is to avoid diseases like dengue and malaria, teacher.
Okay, correct. Meaning, to make the people healthy and they are protected from any diseases.
To make our community clean and green.
Okay, correct. The same with our barangay. We are advocating clean and green environment. Okay, next. Do you advocate environmental protection by practicing proper waste management?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, yes. In what way?
By attending and supporting the Basura Walk of Barangay San Jose.
Okay, Basura Walk o Barangay San Jose. How about the others? Do you have your Basura Walk? Do you know what is Basura Walk? The walking basura?
Yes, teacher. The gathering of the basura.
Yeah. Especially the youth, they have their schedule to pick up
The
waste around the barangay or around the designated area or in their poro. Okay. What will happen if people will not manage their waste? Especially the masks and other PPAs used by the frontliners in protecting themselves from COVID-19.
Teacher,
Jane.
if the face masks used and the PPAs used by our frontliners just be scattering around, the virus will go to other persons and they will be affected with COVID-19.
Okay, if this waste is not properly managed, it will cause the spreading of viruses around the community. Very well said, Jane. This time, let's go back with our objective. Do we achieve or attain our objective?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
We have number 1, practice proper waste management at home, in school, and in the community.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
In what part of our lesson we attain this one?
We had our activity teacher, we had our comical skill.
Okay, very good. Through our comical skit, we achieved our objective number 1. How about objective number 2? Which part of our lesson we achieved this one?
Video lessons. Video clips, teacher.
How about the video clips?
The video clip shows the advocacies about the proper waste management.
Okay, thank you. In our video, it tells us how are we going to advocate, what are our activities in order to have this environmental protection. The video introduced or widen our understanding on the proper waste management. Okay, any question about our lesson? Clarification? If none, get a piece of paper. We will have our test. Okay? We are going to determine if you really understood our lesson. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay. Our instruction, listen as I read the instruction. Read the following statements correctly. Choose the letter of the correct answer from the given choices. Okay, ready for our number 1 question? Read with your eyes. Okay, done?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
For number 2. Okay, time is up. For number 3. Okay, time is up. Number 4. Okay, time is up. Then for the last number, okay, time is up. Exchange your paper clockwise.
Check your own page. Check your own page.
Clockwise, everybody. Ready? Ready? And then it's here. 1,
Very funny.
2, 3. Okay, stop. For question number 1,
Letter D.
the answer is letter
D.
D. Brings your usable bags when shopping. Okay, for check, okay. For number 2, what?
Composting.
Okay, the answer is composting.
Yes.
Letter B.
Yes. B.
Okay, for number 3,
Make it into a new product.
Letter B, ma'am.
letter
Storage the
B.
bin.
Put it in the bin with level. We are talking about storing.
Okay.
Okay, number 4.
D, ma'am.
Okay, D.
Letter D,
Because
no.
broken glasses might cause harm to
Pupils.
pupils. Okay, next. Number
Letter
5.
Letter B, ma'am.
Letter B. Because the boy is dumping waste on the body of water. Okay, return the paper counterclockwise. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop. Okay, who got 5? Okay. Who got 3? Ay, sorry. 4. Okay. 3. Okay, none. Very good. Most of you, all of you got excellent performance for this lesson. Okay. For our assignment, for your assignment, in a 1/2 white cartolina, make a slogan about proper waste management. Okay, then after that, have a photograph of it as you post it on your Purok Plaza. Or if you don't have your Purok Plaza, anywhere in your Purok that is visible to all or visible to many. Okay, any question with our assignment?
None, ma'am.
Okay, if none, our class ends today. Okay, everybody clap your hands. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, children.
Goodbye.